Well, greetings guys and girls, welcome back to a new Fishing for Memories video. If you do enjoy them, do take time to drop a comment below, perhaps give them a thumbs up, and share on your social media pages. I'm available to answer questions in the comment section, but I will always answer a lot quicker on my Instagram page, and you can also follow me on there at Fishing for Memories on Instagram. So what are we doing this evening? Well, we're back out for a trip on the River Cannock after some barbel and chub, hopefully. My last trip I did have a nice 5-pound chevin, but I was harassed early on by crayfish, something that I'm well versed in on my southern waterways, but it still annoys the bejesus out of me when they're really on your bait and wrecking your rigs and giving you all those hard solid tugs with your rod tips just holding round. Yeah, it does get a little bit grinding at times, so it was nice to have that lovely looking 5-pound summer chevin in the last video. So back out this evening, fishing the same setup as you saw in my previous video, which is a low resistance running rig, only using a 1.5 ounce lead. It's not a lot of flow. We do need more rain, in my opinion, to get the fish a bit more stirred up, a bit more on the mooch and feeding. So just a light lead, low resistance running rig setup, a size 8 ESP Cryogen gripper hook, my own 50-50, which is, I say my own recipe, but using the Mainline 50-50 base mix, my own yeasty and a bit savoury bait and boilie recipe with matching paste, and a little bit of the Mainline hemp mixed in with a little bit of groundbait and birdseed. I always tend to use a bit of birdseed to put a nice carpet out there, but not at the same time overfeeding, tailoring it to how little the fish might be feeding or how low populous any given stretch of river is. Never wanting to hump a load of bait in. That's not my style. Unless, obviously, we're fishing for a vast shoals of fish. But we ain't on the Wye and we're not on the Trent. So that's not going to be the case, is it? But anyway, going to get set up. This is a nice particular looking swim, but I am setting up in the swim where I had that lovely looking chub on my last trip. So let's get back up there. Let's get some ground bait into the spot. Get a little bit of bait and paste on the hook, and yeah, get cast in as that light fades, and hopefully pick up another chub, or even still would be nice to pick up a barbus perhaps as well. Well, all cast out. It's a lovely evening. I do like my tricky rivers for barbel. I do like working out and working and grafting for my fish. Don't get as much enjoyment out of fishing easy barbel rivers. They're nice, but you're not learning as much, in my opinion. You're not having to use your head as much, and it's very easy to fish an easy river and let it go to your head, in my opinion. It'll be a little bit divisive what I'm going to say, but this is, for me anyway, for me, not pushing my opinion and projecting what you should do, but in my opinion this is proper fishing, proper fathoming out and understanding a waterway. I'm not saying that it's right, I'm not saying that rivers should be like this and that they shouldn't be healthier and have more fish stocks, but at the same time they're far from dead, unlike some anglers like to pretend or bemoan. They're not perfect, but they're not quite dead. Anyway, enough waffle. Let's enjoy the scenery. Let's sit down. Let's watch that rod tip. What a lovely evening. Beautiful, beautiful evening. They're in, guys. I'm pretty sure this is a barbel. Oh. Bloody hell. Oh, it's not a bit. Get this chair out of the way. Get in there, mate, you. Ah, there we go. What a cracking, fine example of a barbus. £8 exactly. Let's pull myself back a bit. There you go. Yeah, cracking bite, cracking scrap. And just after I recast and checked and the bait had been taken by crays, I had been getting some walloping bites prior to the crays moving in. So it was worth the recast. Otherwise I've been fishing with thin air. Wonderful, beautiful condition. Lovely. Look at those hydroplane fins. Real powerful. Took me under the marginal weed, or should I say the weed that's growing from the side, the stinging nettles and such. Yeah, hairy scrap, very enjoyable on that little ambush rod. Let's get it slipped back for hopefully another lucky angler to do battle with. Well, we're all packed up. Just got my seat to clip onto my rucksack. And as a certain politician once said, get on your bike, which is what I'm going to have to be doing. But yeah, it's been enjoyable. Hope you enjoyed this video, and nice to get the first barbus of the season under your belt. Always enjoyable. Yeah, I was getting a few bites early on, really good whacks and taps. I did strike one of those and didn't connect. Recast was getting some more bites, and then that went dead, and then the crays moved in. Now I'm well versed enough to know that I always bring two types of baits with me, ones that I've rolled so they're extra hard, and ones that are a bit softer and release more attraction into a swim. And I'll try to go with the softer ones always first when I can. But I know straight away, they've got crayfish pulls, and the fish bites have deteriorated. So I gave it 45 minutes, wound in, and yeah, bait stop gone. That's an extender stop, so they normally hold on very well, but that was gone, and the bait was gone. The typical crayfish manoeuvres, right pain in the rear end they are. So I changed over to the same recipe, which is the 50-50 mix, but using it hardened, so it's a thicker, harder mix. Extra amount I add to that, extra amount of egg albumin to the actual 50-50 mix, just to make it thicker and harder, bit more crayfish resistant. And yeah, that worked. Stayed on for longer on the recast and absolutely screamed off with that lovely 8-pounder. Tell you what, that's a good fighting size with barbel. I always get people ask me, Mark, do you like 14s, 15s, 13s, 12s? What do you find the best fighting sizes for barbel? I think 8 to 10 pound is optimum. I think that they give you a good scrap up to that size. And I'm not saying that the larger doubles don't, they do, and I do like my large barbel. But yeah, they tend to hug the bottom more, whereas your 8s and 9s and your 10s, whilst they do hug bottom, they tend to power off as well, really give you a good merry dance as such. But yeah, it's been enjoyable. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Hope wherever you're fishing you're getting a fair crack of the whip. I hope you're getting bankside. It's not easy at the moment, is it? I mean, petrol prices, and that's why I'm using an e-bike. So it cost me £3.50 to charge up. There is an initial outlay when you're purchasing one, of course, but you know, petrol prices aren't great, so I think a lot more of us anglers are fishing more localised, which isn't a bad thing in some ways. I think a lot of my local venues and other venues, you know, don't see as many people as they used to. People could travel further afield. So now they're getting a few more anglers fish them more regular, which is good because it's giving more eyes on the waters and a little bit more protection for fish stocks in certain scenarios. But yeah, the petrol prices, I don't think we need to talk about it, do we? And the cost of living in general, it's a bit of a balls up, a bit of a stitch up in some ways. At least that's how it feels. Anyway, I'm waffling a bit, buoyed by that lovely barbus. I hope, as I say, wherever you're fishing, you're having a good time and you are getting out and about and enjoying some bankside time to meditate and relax as much as anything else, let alone picking up a fish or two. Anyway, till my next video, thank you for watching, thank you for coming along for the journey, and I'll see you next time on another Fishing for Memories vlog. Take care, guys.